Hello everyone, Chris here with Platinum Reviews. We're back with another How to Beat video for Nioh 3. This time around we're facing Takeda Shingen. Now, be sure to stay tuned after the video. We'll go over all the weapons and everything we had equipped. Also, if I helped you out at all, be sure to give that thumbs up, a like, and also subscribe to the channel for everything Nioh 3. Now let's jump into it. Now, there's a few things with this fight that we're going to be focusing on. First off, I like to be ninja for a lot of it just because we can dodge. Also, when you go to use some of your ninja stars, as you can see there, he can block it. There is also magma on the floor with this. So if you get into the lava area, you do get damage. So just something to keep in mind. I do have a cloud of paralysis that I use with the ninja, and you'll see me kind of place it all throughout the field. And I definitely suggest equipping that just because if he stops in that, it can actually stun him and give him paralysis for a few seconds, which is absolutely huge. Now, right there, we were trying to get him stuck in that. We didn't actually do it because we hit him a little bit before it, but you can actually kind of make him come towards those and then hit him right as he gets into it, and it can sometimes paralyze him. So I definitely suggest trying to get him to go into those clouds as much as possible. Now, here in a second, you're going to see him do a move. His pole arm is going to sparkle like a sparkler on the 4th of July. Very, very easy to dodge. All you're going to do is kind of stay back away from him. And if you're using my strategy to where you're staying out mostly, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Now, we accidentally used the living artifact there. I always suggest using the living artifact later on in the fight, but we used it accidentally here. One thing to keep in mind, though, is you can still get hit while in the living artifact. So right there, he hit us with that pole arm sparkler move, and it did quite a bit of damage. It can actually knock you out of the living artifact, so I highly suggest watching out and dodging still while in the living artifact. Now, with this fight, I do like kind of hanging back, and this is why the ninja is really helpful as well. You'll see me stun him with the paralysis demon angel. I don't know what it is, but I like hanging back a lot because, especially with that polearm move, if it hits you, it does so much damage. So it's just something to keep in mind, something to just kind of hang back, do pop shots when you can, and just go in. If you can ever get behind him like I just did as well, rush him because he can't block it. He's going to be able to get a lot of damage. Now, the thing that sucks about this boss, I think the most, is the fact that he's constantly blocking. So it's just something to keep in mind when you're throwing stars, when you're doing anything, he can block, and it absolutely sucks and can completely mess things up. He also starts using wind abilities. As you'll see here, he imbues his pole arm with wind, and he starts doing wind slashes. You can put on different items that do cause wind resistance as well as fire resistance for this fight, because he does do a lot of different fire and wind attacks, especially in this last part of the fight. It's just kind of back and forth where he's like, oh, what am I going to do now? Tornado or fire-nado? Again, he used the burst break. If you can go in on there and use R2 to actually get some good damage. He then switches his pole arm back to fire towards the end of the fight, so something to keep in mind. You aren't done with it yet. He starts doing these dash abilities that does like a fire stream behind him, and if you get stuck in there, it absolutely sucks. He slams onto the ground. When he goes to slam onto the ground, just get away from him because it does do like a fire pool around him that can do some really bad damage, so something to keep in mind. Again, all these fire abilities absolutely suck. Now, I wish we would have got in quicker on there because we could have got some good damage in. Unfortunately, we didn't. He switches back to the wind. I think this is the last time that he does it, but he switches back to the wind. And like I said, we're just kind of hanging back. He happens to be far enough away to where we can try and shoot him, but as you can see, he blocks everything. The nice thing is we do have these plumes of paralysis that did do some damage. And if you do it in a line like that, if he dashes through them, he can actually still get some good damage from it and possibly get stuck in there. He did the flame wind attack there. Absolutely sucked. We're out of health here, but it's close enough. Now, I do, like I said, if you have the living artifact, I would suggest using it here because then you could just finish him off. But what was nice is he ran out of stamina and we were able to finish him off, but a little bit close there with the no health. Suggestions with him, like I said, use ninja, use the paralysis ability because you can kind of place those in smart places to try and get him to get stuck in there. We're also going to use the angel thing to paralyze him as well. Everything you can to do those is absolutely huge and gets him open to some attacks. Try and stay far away, hit him with ninja abilities, but He does block a lot, so just something to keep in mind. And save your living artifact towards the end. Don't use it early like me. This is everything I had for the fight though, and it was the Hemo Enema Soul Core. You get that from fighting the optional boss. Highly suggest doing it because it absolutely is huge. That is it for me though. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. This is Chris with Platinum Reviews. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for everything Platinum Reviews and everything Nioh 3.